So 343 has begun building somewhat of a trend the last, few years. 10 years after the release of Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2, they released the anniversary editions, the remastered copies of CEA and Halo 2 Anniversary. With it being 2017, the natural thought is, well, will we see a Halo 3 Anniversary this year? We're going to talk about that today. It doesn't seem likely, though, because a month and a half ago, Phil Spencer, head of Xbox during the Halo Wars 2 launch stream, had this to say.
I think we've got a really strong lineup this year. But we don't have Halo FPS this year, we don't have Gears this year, so it's also an interesting year for us going through the year with releases that aren't our traditional kind of big mega franchises, but I think they're going to do really well.
Don't lose hope just yet. For the sake of the discussion in this video, I want to talk as if Phil Spencer just lied to us. He's playing us all for the fool so they can have the best E3 reveal trailer ever, showing off Halo 3 Anniversary. Remastered with 4K texture support for Xbox One Scorpio owners, and it's on Xbox Play Anywhere. Yes, PC players, now's your chance. That's the assumption I'd like to operate under. Now let's look back at the past. Halo 2 Anniversary was a reimagining of Halo 2. It was not Halo 2 Classic. In fact, H2A was the Halo 4 engine, with gameplay settings tweaked to feel like Halo 2, but it most certainly was not Halo 2 Classic. Every Halo game has a ton of nuances and small details that make them unique, quirks that define them as just their own sole entities. Halo 2 Classic has button combos, super bounces, and a boatload of small little details that make it feel and play like Halo 2 Classic. Halo 2 Anniversary was not that, it was rather a reimagining of what Halo 2 would look and feel like in a newer engine. It didn't feature the button combos or the super bounces, and ultimately it played a heck of a lot different than Halo 2 Classic. Does that mean it was a bad game? No, not necessarily. Halo CEA did the exact same thing. And if you guys watch my channel during 2012 and 2013, you know I played Halo CEA to absolute death. I enjoyed that thing so terribly much, it was ridiculous. Halo CEA was basically a mod of Halo Reach. You had really fat, heavy Spartans that couldn't jump very high, a 3-shot Magnum that really wasn't like the CE Magnum at all, just in the fact that it killed in 3 shots was about the only similarity. Maps that were reimagined, recreated versions, but not pixel-perfect representations of their original counterparts. Is this a bad thing? Again, I'll state, no, I had a lot of fun with CEA. It was like a memory or a shade of the past, not a perfect photograph of what it was like, but rather somebody, an artist who had taken that and interpreted it in their own light for modern day. Felt like a new game with elements of the past. Now, if they do a Halo 3 Anniversary, because we are operating under the assumption Phil Spencer is trolling us and we're still going to have a giant E3 reveal of this thing, if H3A exists, I would bet almost anything they're going to go the exact same route as they did with H2A and CEA, in which they use the Halo 5 engine and they do tweaked settings, new maps, all under the roof of a reimagined Halo 3. Not a pixel-perfect recreation of it, but rather an artist's interpretation, wow, that's a difficult word to say, an interpretation of Halo 3. Would this upset purists? Yes, probably. But at the same time, too, I would rather them take this route than trying to do an actual perfect recreation of Halo 3. I'd love to see what an ability-less, like non-ability game looks like in the Halo 5 engine, looks and feels and plays like, because I truly think that can succeed in today's world. I think you can have Halo 5, Halo 6, the main trilogy, they're like mainline Halo games, continuing forward with the emphasis on ability play, like ground pound, shoulder charge, sprint, etc. But I would love for a modern engine, dedicated servers that run better than MCC servers, to have a non-ability sprintless version of Halo. I think that could be very positive for the community and benefit both sides. Now, again, somebody's going to jump at me and go, well, you're going to see people arguing over which one's better and which one isn't. Whatever, dude. Variety is the spice of life. That's what I would like to see. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. How do you think they should handle the multiplayer? Should it be a pixel-perfect recreation? Do you want them to do all the original Halo 3 maps and it should move and feel and sound and smell exactly like the original? Or do you want them to continue the trend like with H2A and CEA, doing sort of recreations of it, but within a new, reinterpreted world? Alright, campaign-wise, I don't have a clue what they're going to do to improve the campaign, because the Master Chief Collection version of Halo 3 is undeniably the definitive way to play that game if you are somebody who is looking for just a gorgeous, smooth experience. I think out of all the games in the collection, ODST and Halo 3 stand far above as, oh my gosh, this game is drop-dead gorgeous. I would almost argue, too, Halo 4, the campaign, on next-gen 60 FPS is just a beautiful game. They pushed the 360 pretty stinking far. So when it comes to the campaign, what would they need to give you that would make it a worthwhile package to repurchase? Because hey, I bought MCC, let's say I'm a real diehard campaign player, why do I need to spend $60 on H3A? What is it going to bring to me as a PvE player that would solidify the deal? One word: Horde mode. Bring back ODST Firefight, enhance it a little bit, bring the multiplayer like progression system to a fine-combed perfection, add tons of unlockables, and ta-da, you have your perfect H3A package. Bring back Firefight the way it was in its best iteration. If you guys never played ODST Firefight, you were missing out. Featured a very large difficulty curve, tons of replayability, and a lot of love. You throw the whole thing together, and I think you have a very successful H3A that would work on both PC and on the Xbox One Scorpio, as well as the originals. Is that going to happen? Probably not. I wouldn't get your hopes up. So I asked you a lot of questions in this video, and I'd love to hear your feedback down below. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more discussion videos like this as we get closer to E3, let me know too. Have a great weekend, guys, and we'll see you next time.